7th of December, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay, let's see where we got to. Okay. Well, once again, not marked down, but I thought I did mark it down. Oh, yes, actually, I have it marked down. We did the Rashi, Harib Meir. That's what we did so far. So we're right in the middle of this cheshbon over here. So let's just try to reconstruct what we have over here so we can understand what we're doing here. What do we have over here? We started with Tana Rabbanan, no sein mos l'shlucho, gave money to the agent. All right, gave money to the agent, likaklo chitin. This is on the top of 102b. And Rashi says, Lamachsi Skar, that they've made a deal between them that they're going to split the profits on the deal. So the agent goes ahead, Ulikach Mehen Saorin. He takes the money that he was given and he purchases with that money barley. Not what the agreed upon deal was to do. And the other way around also, if the person told him to buy Saorin with the money and he goes ahead and buys chitin with the money, he goes ahead and buys wheat with the money. So we have two brises that tell us what the din is in this case. One brisa says, Tanya Chada, im pachaso pachasolo, if the value of the purchased grain that he bought goes down in value, so that loss is borne by him, the shliach that went ahead and bought it. And if it goes up, however, it's also on him. He will be the one that that enjoys the profit, and he doesn't have to share it at all with his partner. And we said that goes according to Rebbe Meir, because Rebbe Meir said, so this that he was meshana, that he didn't do according to the instructions of the sender, his partner. He makes a kinyan in the deal, and so to speak, he's the one that owns the deal. If the deal is good, so then it's all good. If the deal is bad, it's all bad for him, and not for his partner. Partner doesn't lose or gain from the deal at all. But according to that was the first brisa that we saw. Now the second brisa learned otherwise. The second brisa learned Tanya. Tani. The second brisa learned that im pachasu pachasulo, if there was a loss, the loss will be borne by the agent, the purchasing agent. The im hosiru leemsa. But if there's a profit from the deal that the agent did in buying the other, they will share in that profit. And that we said was Rashi said the Basraisa goes according to Rabbi Yehuda, that Rabbi Yehuda holds shinui enokona. He doesn't own the deal. He didn't buy the deal as a result of being meshana from what the deal was supposed to be, and so therefore in the case of the profit, so they'll equally share in the profit. But in the case of the loss, he will be the only one that suffers the loss. The other partner won't suffer the loss, Rashi says, because the other partner can say, I didn't send you to do evus, to do violation or the incorrect thing. So for that, I wasn't the one that sent you. I have nothing to do with it, and therefore the loss is all on you. Okay. So that's what we got up to, and that's what Rabbi Yochanan said. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, lo kasha ha Reb Meir baha Rabbi Yehuda. Gemora asked a question. These brises seem to contradict one another. So Rabbi Yochanan said the reason why they contradict is because they represent different views. The first view is the view of Rabbi Meir, and the second brisa is the view of Rabbi Yehuda. So that's the resolution of Rabbi Yochanan. And now the Gemara goes weiter. We're on Baha Rabbi Yehuda to Amar. Shinui. Oh no, that we did. Ha Rabbi Yehuda, the Amar Shinui and Ikona. Okay, so now we're up to Maskif Law Rabbi Elazar. And this is
We'll do the other thing.
Yeah.
What's that?
We did not do that, Ha Rabbi Meir.
Oh, we didn't do that? Okay, so let's read that. So we'll read the whole statement of Rabbi Yochanan.
Yeah, I think we finished up on 102B1 on the left-hand side. Didn't
We
we?
didn't finish the bottom. We haven't done that last paragraph about Rabbi Yehuda again. That was part. It's sort of connected to the Rashi, but we didn't really read those words in the Gemara.
Okay. So those are all the words of Rabbi Yochanan. So we'll start from Amar Rabbi Yochanan. That's the first words in the fifth line from the top of the page. Amar Rabbi Yochanan.
We did the Amar Yochanan with the Ha Rabbi Meir the Amar Shini Wikane. Which is what the Rashi said. We didn't do it in the Gemara, those words, but the Rashi did them.
Yeah. Okay, but I think
because we did the Rabbi Yochanan with the two brises, with one's Rabbi Meir, one's Rabbi Yehuda, and the explanation is there in that, and Rashi did that explanation also.
Okay. So I'm not following you. Where do you think we should start from then?
I think you go up to the Rabbi Elazar.
Okay.
That's what said.
Okay, so we'll do Maskif Law Rabbi Elazar. And this is seven lines down. First words in the line are Yehuda to Amar. And so we're going to start from the Maskif Law Rabbi Elazar, the last few words in that line. This is the 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7th line from the top. Maskif Law Rabbi Elazar. Okay, Alan, you have the place?
The right-hand column, the second, the start of the new paragraph. Rabbi Yochanan's interpretation is contested.
Okay, all right. Rabbi Yochanan's interpretation is contested. Maskif Law Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer objected to this. On what basis do you assume that the dispute between Rabbi Meir and Rabbi Yehuda extends to our case? Dilemma ad kon lo Omar Rabbi Meir Eila Midi, the Chazbi, Lee, Lay, Lopay. Perhaps so far, Rabbi Meir did not say that a deviation affects acquisition, except with regard to something that is fit for the owner's personal use. Aval, list roar, low, or mar, but with respect to an item bought from commerce, Rabbi Meir did not say that a deviation affects acquisition.
Okay. Let's see. We have a short Rashi and then a little bit longer Rashi over here. The short Rashi is Legufe.
Legufe is for his personal use. Semar, which is wool, Lilbosh for him to wear. The safsal and a bench, the hishtamesh to use. Something wood. So it has to do with the dyeing of the wool and also making wood out of the eitzim.
Okay, so when the guy with the money gives the money to the other guy and says, make this thing for me, because I'm gonna use this wool. So dye this wool this color, and then I will be able to use it for my personal usage. Maybe, says Rebbe Lazar, maybe over there specifically, that's where we see that Rebbe Meir says that shinui is koine. But in a case which is just a case of schara, they're doing a business deal. He's buying some grain and he's going to sell it for a profit, and they're going to share the profit. And there's no personal usage. He's not buying the grain for his own personal usage. He's buying it for business purposes to sell it. So maybe in that case, Rebbe Meir would not go so far to say that the agent that violates the instructions of the deal is going to own the deal, because it's a business deal. The basic idea was to do business, not personal usage of the wool that I'm giving you. So how do we know that Rabbi Meir would say that same thing that he says by the wool in this case as well? Okay. Oh, now we got the next Rashi. Aval schara. Explain it.
For commerce purposes, for business purposes, for call midi and all these, the ika revacha niche, that there is a revacha, a difference. Nichele. It's
Very
good.
good. In every thing or every aspect, the ikaravcha, that there is going to be a profit. Nichele, that's called nichele. That's great. That's all well and good for the one that sent the guy to do the purchase. And therefore, what?
V'chi hatiro lav shinu yihu. Therefore, the amount that an improved amount, the extra amount, is not considered a shinui. It's not a change of the item. It's just a change in the price of the item.
Yeah, over here you're pointing out that, see, what we've been talking about before as far as shinui, we were talking about the shinui with the wool that was given to him to work with. And here we're not really talking so much about the wool. The guy gave him money, and he said, go do X with the money. And he went and did Y with the money. So the shinui is in regard to what the agreement of the deal was to do with the thing that he gave him. But we're in any case, we're calling that a shinui. But we're saying that the whole point of the shinui is it was against his will. And when it comes to business, if a guy he does a different deal, instead of buying X, he bought Y, but it goes up in value. So what's the guy that gave him the money going to say? Good, very good. I'm very happy. You didn't violate my will. That's what we wanted to do, right? We wanted to make money. So that's exactly what you did. So in that case, that's not called Rashi says that will not be called a shinui. Violating the violation is in terms of the instructions of what it was to do. I told you to go make money, and that's exactly what you did. Therefore, there's no shinui over here, according to Reb Meir, and therefore the two of them will share equally in the profit. Whereas according to what Reb Meir said, according to what this Brisa says, the Brisa says that the guy that takes the money and buys the other commodity and didn't do according to the deal, if it goes up in value, who's the one that gets all the profit from that deal? Is the guy that did the buying, and he doesn't share it with the one that gave him the money to do the deal. So that's what the Rebbe Elazar is saying. Who says that this would be this Brisa who says that this Brisa represents the view of Reb Meir? Perhaps Reb Meir would say in this the emsa that there's been no shinui, there's been no violation in following the instructions of the deal. Okay. So therefore, we're going to go to the next section. Ella Amar Rebbe Elazar. So now Rebbe Elazar is going to, yeah.
So what if the deal that the person that the messenger did was less than what would have been done if he did the right thing?
Oh, so in that case, that's a good question.
He still made a profit.
But he made a profit.
But the profit would have been much larger had he stuck to his orders.
So what would be in that case? Well, I don't know if we could say that he I don't know if we could say you mean the fact of the matter is that, in other words, the case is how do you know that he could have made more money?
Well, let's say it was somebody said, well, if you dye it this color, then I'll buy it from you for $100. But the person who did the message, who was the messenger, only managed to make a profit of $50.
So that's what was the cause of how do we know what the cause of the lesser profit was? Is it because he didn't do the instructions? And if he would have done the instructions, then how do we know what would have been?
Well, we've said already that if he made a profit, then well, that's good. So they share or whatever. Yeah, they share. And they've made a profit, that's fine. and now we're going with the next thing. But what if the prop that I'm up? Yeah, all right. Okay, just leave it a moment. That's
Yeah, the main point over here is that what Rashi's saying is that there has been no shinui. In other words, in a case of personal, in a case of a personal usage case, he's telling him to do this for purposes of business. It's not for making a profit. So by definition, he violated his instructions when if the guy told him to dye it red and he dyed it black. It's by definition a shinui. So that's what Reb Meir talks about. If there's a shinui, so then he's koine. But over here, the whole idea of Rashi's telling us that in a business context, the context of schora, the shinu is a much is judged in a much more expansive way, because it's not so much about whether he exactly followed the instructions, because there's all the instructions are basically go and make a profit with this money, and I'm kilu like telling you, well, I think the best profit will be if you buy X, and when the guy goes to the market, he shots up the situation. He says, it seems to me that the best thing to do is to buy Y, and he taka buys Y, and they taka make a handsome profit. So you're saying, well, but what about if he actually did do the request of the partner, and he did buy X, he would have made more. And let's say we could prove that. Let's say we have the grain futures that are printed in the newspaper, and it says that the price that X is being sold for is this, and the price that's the Y is being sold for is this. And we could see that if he had bought the one that he agreed upon, that he told him to buy, that he would have made more money. So you're asking, in that case, could the guy say, "Look, I didn't tell you to. I didn't send you to do a bad deal. I sent you to do a good deal, and the definition of a good deal was what I told you to do. And you see that the newspaper says that you get more money for the deal that I told you to do than the deal that you thought was the better deal to do. So you have a point. You have a point over there. Maybe he could tell him in that case that that's called a shinui, because even though he got a profit nonetheless, but it wasn't the profit that he would have gotten if he would have listened to the instructions of the other partner. Okay. So let's see what Rebbe Lazar suggests over here. In other words, Rebbe Lazar is saying over here that it's not so that that price over there is the opinion of Rebbe Meir. So let's. You want to read in the Gemora? Ella Amar Rebbe Lazar.
Unmute yourself too, please.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Ella Amar Rabbi Eliezer. Rather, Rabbi Eliezer said, "Ha v'ha."
Elazar.
What?
It's Elazar, not Eliezer.
Elazar, right.
Oh, Rabbi Elazar said, "Ha v'ha Rebbe Meir." Both this brisa and that brisa are according to Rebbe Meir. Lokasha, and there's no difficulty. Kan la'achila. Here, it's for consumption. Kan lis chora. Here, it's for commerce.
Right.
Rabbi Meir is making the same distinction that we just said.
So now what's happening over here is that the Rebbe Lazar is saying he's disagreeing with Rabbi Yochanan. Rabbi Yochanan said that these two brises, the only way that we can reconcile them is to say that one brise represents the view of Rabbi Yehuda and the other brise represents the view of Rabbi Meir. And now Rebbe Lazar comes along and says, why? Why do you have to say like that? I'll tell you that both brises represent the view of Rabbi Meir. And yet the fact that the two brises don't agree with one another on the face of it, it's because they're talking about different cases. One brise is talking about a case of achila, personal consumption, in that case. So it's by definition a violation of his instructions. He wants wool. He wants black wool. He doesn't want red wool. He doesn't like the color red. He doesn't like it. He thinks that it's very ostentatious and showy. And so when you give him a red wool, he can't use it. That's not what he wants to use. So it's called a total shinui. So that's the case where Reb Meir, who holds that shinui is koine, that's where he's going to rule. That's the first brisa. It goes up, goes down. It's all on the guy that did the deal. But in the other case is for schora. So that case they'll share in the profit. But that's even according to Reb Meir. Even according to Reb Meir, so says Rebbe Lazar. Do we have any Rashi?
I don't see.
We don't have any Rashi. Okay. Now we go weiter in the Gemora then. Machaku Allah B'marava. We go to Roy to read from the Gemora. Got the place?
Yeah, I think so. Machavu Ole B'marava, in the west, that's Eretz Israel. They mocked this interpretation of Reb Yochanan. The Rabbi Yochanan Aliba, the Rabbi Yehuda. According to Reb Yochanan's understanding of Reb Yehuda's opinion, how can the investor possibly acquire the share in the produce when the agent deviates from his instruction? All right. I'll go to my question before. V'chimi hadio leva'a hatin chitin sheyakne chitin levan ma'oz. Who notified the owner of the wheat, the seller, that he should transfer part of the wheat to the owner of the money, the investor, and not all of it to the agent? Where was that?
That's new. It wasn't there before.
What?
He's saying it now. He's just saying that.
Oh, he didn't say it before. All right.
Okay. We
More
have to
Rashi.
plug. Yeah. Before that, we got to plug in the cases over here and see what is the case what's the brisa that we're discussing over here. Machaku Allah Rava. They made fun of in what Rabbi Yochanan according to Rabbi Yochanan. The Rabbi Yochanan aliba the Rabbi Yehuda. So they of the way that Rabbi Yochanan explained the brisa that he attributed to Rabbi Yehuda. So which one of these two brisas was that? The first one or the second one? Right. So if you take a look at Rashi, Rashi said that that Rabbi Yochanan attributed the basraisa to Rabbi Yehuda. The second case, the second brisa rather, the second brisa that said, what did it say? Tani chada im pachasu pachasulo. If after purchasing the wrong type of grain, it went down in value. So that's that loss is going to be borne solely by the purchaser agent. Avim hosiru, but if it goes up in value, hosiru leemsa, the both of them will share in the profit. And so Rabbi Yochanan attributed that brisa to Rabbi Yehuda, who holds that shinui is not koine. And that explained why it was that when it goes up in value, nevertheless the other one will also share in the profit, because he hasn't bought the deal because he altered from the agreement to buy the other commodity. So there's some, and when it goes down in value, though, it goes down in value. So then the sender that gave him the money can say to him, "I didn't send you to do a not good job. So when it went down in value, when you violated the deal, you didn't buy the right thing, and it went down in value. So that's your problem. I'm not. I have nothing to do with that." And so therefore the agent will bear the whole loss personally, and the other one won't have to share in that loss at all. So what was it that they made fun of over here? They said v'chimi hodio lebal chitin sheyakne chitin lebal mos. What does that mean? That's what Rashi is going to explain us, what that means. So let's take a look at Rashi.
Or Rashi. Who informed him? Lemocher hachitin, to the seller of the wheat. Shel etzorech bal hamaot. It's for the need of the one who has the money. Hain. It is sheyiknu lo, that purchased it. The Gatani, because it was taught, hotiro leemtza, the extra amount goes in the bishlema Rebbe Elazar. This is good according to Rebbe Elazar. Aliba de Rebbe Meir, according to Rebbe Meir. The Amma that says, "B'chol dehu," in all of this, nichere, he would be pleased with it. Lav Mishnah Hu. This is not the version or the teaching of that. The shlich and his agency for the owner ka'avid was being done. The kane bal hamos, and the owner of the money acquires mechetzi haschad, half of the profit from it. Ela rather, Rabbi Yochanan, but according to Rabbi Yochanan, the Amma Mishanahu that teaches this, the lo have shlichus, that it wouldn't be considered a shlichus. an agency, the mihu, and however shini lo kani, the change does not acquire it. Kasha, it's a question. The maman on the one, kavai, kevai, a fixed one, you know.
Boy, the mikne, that the one who seeks to and who wants to,
acquire it, halo kanahu bal hamos melam, the one who the money owner never acquires it, never acquire it.
the Baal most me'olam. Okay, very good. Sounds a bit complicated. Follow all the steps over here. So, but one thing that we could see over here is that they're bringing in the seller of the grain into the picture over here for some reason. Not sure exactly why, but that's what Rashi's talking about when he says the Lamocher Achitim, Mihodio, who told him. That's what it says in the Gemora. V'chi mihodio lebalachitin, v'chi mihodio lebalachitin. Did they tell him in regard to the balachitin? Sheyakna chitin lebalamos? So Rashi says, "Mihodiyoi, who made known to him? Who made known to who?" Rashi says, "Who made known to the mocher hachitim? Who made known to the one who is selling the chitin? Sarek bal hamos, shalatzarek bal hamos hein." Sheyaknalo. Diktani hosiru leemsa. Who made, in other words, the seller of the chitin? He wasn't aware of the fact. It was not made known to him that this grain that was being purchased over here, Shalitzorek balamos, hey, that it was for the needs of the one that was giving the money, balamos. He was the sender. He was not the one. He did not communicate. The owner of the seller did not communicate with the one whose money it was he was taking for the deal. Shiaknalo, that the purchaser, the purchasing agent, was really an agent that was purchasing it on his for his sake, for the sake of the one that gave him the money. Diktani hosiru leemsa, such that we learned in the Brisa that in the event that the grain appreciates, so then there will be that they will share in the profit, the emsa, half for him and half for him. That's the first part over here, and I see that the time is past. So we're right in the middle of this Rashi over here, and we'll continue with it. Be'ezus Hashem tomorrow.
All right, thank you.
Yashikoyak to everyone.
Be well, everybody. See you
Okay.
tomorrow. Meta Shem.
Well.
Oh,